Hello again. In some cultures, dead bodies are left lying around until they turn into skeletons. The Indian Parsis of Bombay, an offshoot of the Persian Zoroastrians, do this, for example. They have special buildings called Towers of Silence where dead bodies are placed, and then vultures and other predators will tear them to pieces and reduce them to skeletons. In Britain, though, we try to get corpses out of sight as fast as possible, either burying them in the ground or burning them at the first available opportunity. Many people in this country have never even seen a dead body, so quick off the mark are we in disposing of them, concealing them from sight. There are one or two cultures in Britain where they're not quite so keen to get a body under the ground, out of sight. Some Caribbeans still going for open coffin funerals. The Irish used to in this country, but I don't know whether or not that's still the case. The coffin with the body in it would be kept at home for a while, and sometimes it would be on view. I've seen this happening in a Jamaican household. I've not seen it being done by English people. As I say, I'm not even sure how common it is now in Catholic families. For Catholics, though, some dead bodies are better kept above ground permanently, so that they can be used in mysterious rituals which involve the granting of supernatural wishes sometimes. These bodies, or bits of bodies, are known as relics, and they used to be a very big thing for the Catholic Church, although in recent years, and certainly since Vatican II, relics have not been quite such a thing as they once were. The thumbnail to this video shows one such unburied corpse, that of Father John Southworth, who was executed in England in the 17th century. He was a priest, and it was at that time high treason to practice Catholicism, and so in 1654 he was hanged, drawn and quartered at Tyburn, the gallows which stood where present-day Marble Arch is. His mutilated corpse was rescued by the Spanish ambassador and spirited away to France, where it was treated, boiled, preserved, and then sewn back together again. After the First World War, it was returned to England and placed in a glass coffin in Westminster Cathedral, a bit like the legendary setup for Sleeping Beauty, who you will recollect was kept in a crystal coffin. Because he was subsequently canonised, he's now Saint John Southworth, and devout Catholics believe that his remains have a special potency and can even help overturn the laws of nature. This belief used to be common in this country. The tomb of Edward the Confessor in Westminster Abbey had the saint's remains fixed above three little alcoves, so people would go into the alcoves and pray, and the close proximity of the saint's remains supposedly exercised some beneficial effect upon their health if they were praying to be delivered of some disease. It puts me in mind a little bit of radiotherapy. They would go into a little alcove, say their prayers, and then the saint's remains would be radiating something towards them which would help heal them. Or that at least is what they believed. I'm not going to get into the theology of the thing now, because that's not obviously not how modern Catholics believe the thing works. It's how it was believed to work in medieval times, and it's how many Catholics used to feel that the thing worked until fairly recently. In Tyburn Convent near Marble Arch may be seen some gruesome relics of various martyrs, such as finger bones, nails, hair, and so on. These too can supposedly have miraculous powers. I've been to pray at the shrine where these are kept. I've also exchanged emails with the priest in the United States who is fighting the cause of having the founder of the convent, Mother Maria Dale, beatified. At the moment, Mother Adele is not even off the starting blocks, as you might say. The first stage in the process is having her declared the Venerable Mother Adele, but even that hasn't been achieved so far. Perhaps the most intriguing aspect of this preoccupation with keeping bits of dead bodies above ground is the fact that the altar of every Catholic church in London contains human remains, and that is to say, bits and pieces of some dead saint or other. Until 1969, this was an obligation for a Catholic altar. If you set up a Catholic altar in a church and you didn't put bits of dead body in it, you could be excommunicated. These days, it's just recommended, but even though it's not compulsory, I do not know of a single Catholic church in London where the altar doesn't contain relics, pieces of saints. They have special compartments in the altar for them. It's one of those curious things which is not generally known by non-Catholics.